this finally has come, the moment I have been waiting for. It is rare, as I always say, every single time I do an opening or introduction to a Jack and Daxter product, it is rare for us to get our hands on one. And when they do release out into the open, they're so hard to get their hands on because not just the customers, but the dang on scalpers love to get their hands on these and sell them for overbearing prices. So that's why you have to be there exactly there. You have to be there for there. It's even started. Because even people who announced it to get their hands on this, and it's pretty hilarious. But anyways, this is from Tooz. Since now that I'm hearing that what it was called Funko Pop is running on business, this is the new Funko Pop, and at least they look more detailed. But let's get started with the opening. Let's find out what this baby looks like. Here it is. Funko Pop. No, I'm kidding. It's YouTubers. YouTubers need to be more partner friendly with these VTubers and YouTubers. It's the Jack and Daxter version. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is why are their eyes closed? Why are their eyes always closed with these things? I was looking at these things. I got my one for Manly Babs Hero, and I'm waiting for that one to come. I also got a Ratchet and Clank one as well. Not sure I should get a slot one. I'll see. But anyways, let's open up this bad boy. See what it looks like. What I appreciate? This. I appreciate this. It looks just like the old Jack and Daxter map from back in the day. Once again, I still don't understand the point of the eyes closed thing. Is that their thing where Funko Pop has their eyes just being pitch black? Theirs is just closed, which is weird. I saw some of them online. Their eyes aren't closed, so I don't know what's up with that. Here it is. I always appreciate it when it comes to Daxter. He's never really on Jack's shoulder most of the times. He's always by his legs. And most of these small little pops. For instance, this one from the Jack 2 series. This is Jack's iconic pose with the blaster mod, And Daxter's always by his leg. The only time he's on his shoulder is when he's carrying the scattergun pose that's in the front cover. That one's more iconic. This is the original OG Jack and Daxter. Oh my gosh. People ask me, how does it feel that your favorite game franchise will never get another game again? That's the way Naughty Dog is. I mean, these people would rather keep reselling to you The Last of Us over and over again. Not even Uncharted, but The Last of Us over and over again. But they'll keep Jack and Daxter in the closet. Because I have a feeling Neil doesn't know what to do with them, or he doesn't like them. Either way, it's just sad, because, you have Crash. Crash has a continuation. It's getting a series. It had a sequel to its games in modern era. And Spyro was even doing okay for a while. Ratchet and Clank is still going on. There's rumors of Sly making a comeback eventually someday. But Jack and Daxter will forever be back there, no one noticing their existence. Now, the weirdest thing I'm looking at this is his hair. It works. See, the weirdest thing is that they're called humans in their world, even though they're elves. They're elves, man. I don't know why they could just call them elves. It's a world full of elves. And it's probably the most unique world full of elves. Even more than the one of Legend of Zelda and everything. This is definitely elves. This is like a more edgy version. You can think about it. No one compares Jack and Daxter to Link or anything. They're both mute protagonists that just have voices, but they just don't talk. But I'm looking at the hair, and it works. Even though on camera it seems like it's well divided, but actually it's some sort of light, like slime green. It's not just Jack's original hair in the game. It's green at the bottom, and up top is yellow. This one is one color altogether. Even with this one, you can see the green close to here, and then the rest of it is yellow as it grows out. This one is all one color. I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. It kind of looks like a garden gnome now. A badass garden gnome that's cosplaying as Jack. And Daxter is just on for along for the ride. Like, yeah, this is Jack for today, everybody, and everything. There has been some talks. The only thing that's really going on for Jack right now is that open goal allows them to create new levels, which is cool that you get new levels. But what people really want is a new story. Hell, new missions. Create new missions. I know they're completely mastering out the first Precursor Legacy game with open goal, but hopefully with Jack 2 and 3, they can create new missions. More like they could do with Fallout. Create new areas. And it, of course, will only be on PC, but it will be insane to do so. You make Haven City more livable. Not livable, but like it's a livable area. Where you do mini missions, not just doing challenges, but you also do underground work in a way. You have underground people tell you to do certain missions, like raid these areas of Crimson Guards, or take this back, or fight this thing off, and stuff like that. And it would be interesting, showing that you're pushing against the Baron's forces as the game goes on. This is why I say Jak and Daxter needs a remake. I'll probably make a video one day about how each Jak and Daxter game could use a remake and upgrade its current game situation. That would be nice, because I've always wanted to do that. But for now, a boy can only dream. And I have yet to play the open goal games yet, because I don't have a strong enough PC. All I have are 2 services. It's way out of date Mac. But either way, when I do get one, probably the end of next month. That's right, I'm waiting on some things to be confirmed. Having someone make one for me. It might work out. If I do a Let's Play of it, I don't know. The channel's not big enough for that. But I'm just happy that people are still making merch of them. Now, they did the other 2, well, technically 3, because I would like a Jak 2 one of this, a Jak 3 one of this, and of course a Jak X. People are always forgetting about the Jak X thing. And despite how much I can't stand Lost Frontier, I do respect the outfit in Lost Frontier. I would love a statue of Jak and Daxter in the Lost Frontier outfit, and of course one of Jak and Daxter in Jak X, where Jak is in front of the car, or you can put him in, he's in the car, and he's driving a sweet vehicle. That would be nice. Of course, people like a dark Jak statue as well. That would be nice as well, because the only dark Jak statues really out there that's official, there isn't really any that are official besides the one that was made for Jak 3 many years ago, and it was already sold off to eBay. I lost a bet in eBay. Well, it was like a bid. I thought it was a top bid until it was time for me to pull a truck at night, and then by the time I was done pulling the truck, the bid was done. The bid was done. I could have been mine if I lost the bid. But anyways, I digress. I got the last Jak 2 statue on Etsy years back from a Russian chick who closed down her store. Hopefully she's doing okay. But there are more custom-made Jak statues you can get made on Etsy. I just miss my boys. And looking back at it makes me don't really like modern gaming these days, Everything takes forever. The waiting is not worth it. And when you get your hands on the product, despite spending more cash than you should on it, it doesn't feel worth it anymore. It just feels terrible, even if it's open world and stuff. And then as you get older, you don't got the time no more. You got bills, you got the job. That's really, especially if you have a labor job like I do, it's just taxing. But you're home all day. You work the grave shift. Well, yeah, but that takes a lot out of you, especially when you go to the gym now and then. It takes a lot. So you're just end up falling asleep most days, even on your days off. He's like, I can get my games off. No, you can't. No, you can't. You got errands, my boy. Oh, gosh. But anyways, I'm just looking at this, brings back old memories. On the day I first played Jak and Daxter. I remember I was, first grade. I played Jak and Daxter. Uncle was helping us set up his TV of how he do it. It wasn't channel 3 no more, so we knew how to work. We had to use that font LFRNT channel that was just plain gray on our TV to do it. And then that was how you play the game. But it took us forever to learn that. Like, we were cavemen when it came to that kind of technology back in the day. And we played it. It was just me, it was my brother, my sister, even my mom getting in on the fun, playing the game. It was a fun experience. That's why Jak and Daxter is such a very vital part of our childhood. It brought the family together. We all sat down and played Jak. When Jak 2 came out, I was like, oh, it's a little different. He's a little bit more mature. What's going on here? Guns, carjacking. Mom wasn't so sure about this. Then Jak 3 is more the same. We were already used to it. I was about to hit middle school when Jak 3 came out. Then Jak X came out at the end of my first year of middle school. And then the Lost Frontier, Daxter came out at my end of middle school. And then the Lost Frontier came out. They're my first year in high school. And after that, there was no more Jak and Daxter. Yeah, I just kept collecting the collection series for PS3, PS4. Didn't get a PS5. I just got my Steam Deck and just started playing it there instead. I even played it on the Vita and stuff. I beat it 4 times on the Vita. You know how hard playing Jak Daxter is on the freaking Vita. I beat the collection 4 times. I kid you not. Because during that time, I was over at my grandma's house for a while, and I have many options to do things, kind of use the technology a lot. So I was just playing my Vita most of the time because it was portable. You know how those old grandparents are. They can't stand when you plug stuff up. The only time I was able to plug stuff up was on my days off. And that was it. But other than that, so I was playing my PS Portable, my Vita, and playing the Jak and Daxter series. The Sly one sucked because the third game, which I wanted to play most, wasn't on there, and it was a used copy, so I couldn't get it, which was dumb. And there was no Ratchet and Clank collection for the Vita. Stupid. But yeah, I'm just looking at this, just lost so many fun memories that I never had a bad memory with Jak and Daxter. I never had. These guys have been through my entire life. That's why they'll always be my personal favorite when it comes to gaming icons. They're my number 1 favorite. No one can top them in my eyes. They are the best of the best. But that's just me, everybody. So anyways, that's all I got for the video. I didn't expect it to be this long. I was reminiscing in the past, as all people do. So anyways, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.